Imagine running from a vampire through the woods and passing her husband who's burning a tree real hard. Encounter. Maple syrup vampire husband drinking sap in the woods, also trying to lure you with his literally bloodthirsty wine.
Next, we will be watching It's Vampire Time by Punkey Doodles Mashup. Audio by Zach Speaks Giant. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment on the doodly-doo.
Hear me out. A vampire who does the whole obsessed with a human thing, except it's 100% platonic. Just really, really wants to be pals. What are you doing in my room? Jennifer, do you want to play categories? Wear this ancient pendant, Jennifer. It would keep you safe. This is obviously just half of a best friends forever necklace.
No!
Vampire bites their victim.
That's still creepy, but it's not as creepy. Like, at least they mean well, and you're like, okay, the worst that this gets is that they're gonna just be very nice to me, I guess. They're not gonna be creepy. But, like, yeah, no... Honestly, that was adorable. They are friends. They're friends. I like that. Oh my goodness.
Librarian. Oh my god.
It's a little more creepy somehow.
Stops and looks up.
Oh.
Could you not? Points to the sign that says
no food in the library.
Sorry. Starts dragging victim out. This is your second warning. Sorry. Hey, I'm just outside your apartment.
No.
You've just been standing there for how long? A mere speck in comparison to our immortal lives, so don't worry about it, honestly. I just need you to invite me in, though. Of course, I'm so sorry. Please come in. Vampire steps over the threshold and immediately starts hissing and coughing like a cat with a bad temple. Oh, I'm so sorry. My apartment is considered holy ground because I live in it. I should have warned you. It's fine, do you? What are your thoughts on Chinese? I know a great place just a couple of blocks from here. Vampires don't live in castles.
Oh god! That's not yandere or anything. Yeah, I mean, yandere's good. That's the level of parasocial most of us are not ready for. You know, it's fair. It is kind of creepy, but it's different creepy, you know? It's different creepy. You had a time like that? Ouch. Ouch! I can't imagine waiting out for as long as that and then just coming in and like, oh no, this place burns my soul. What the heck? I had the same reaction to being at church. Same girl, same. Oh my gosh. Oh, time to get holy.
Count Dracula lived in a castle because he was a count, not because he was a vampire. This feels like a sensitivity training for how to not microaggressions against vampires in your workplace. If you've been living half a century and you're not even living in a castle, why do it?
What?
Vampires are always like, I could.
I mean, if you have half a century of life and you haven't figured out how to earn money and or saved up enough, I mean, like, I feel like in half a century, if you just have like a kind of like okay tax portfolio with like not aggressive investments, but like long-term gain for like short-term instability, you could pretty much like, you know, just invest like $40 and then after a couple of 100 years between inflation and freaking like just the stock market going up and down and earning you more money, I think that you would just inherently become rich. I don't think there's a way that you could maintain a stock portfolio without it. And like, stocks were invented pretty early on, so there is overlap. Half a century is only 59 years. Okay, well, that's half a century still. Wait, did they say half a century? Fenris and Iris, welcome in. Fiery Iris, 50. So, half a century. If they said half a century, then that's 50 years, and that's a sad thing for all of us, because, like, wow, most of us will live to be about 50 at least. And if none of us are living in castles by 50, what's the point? That is insane. Last time a headache before catching fire.
Kill you if I wanted. Like, yeah, so could another human being. So could a dog. So could a dedicated duck. Blood special. I love how this post makes it sound like this is an annoyance OP regularly encounters in day-to-day life. Like on the bus or in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Vampire. What do you call the land that meets the sea? May I come in?
May I come in?
What was that? What do you call the land that meets the sea? May I come in?
The beach?
Sure.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hello. Do you have a minute to talk about Dracula?
That reminds me of a Tomska sketch where like it's like supposedly a vampire trying to get in, trying to trick him, is like using the reverse psychology and everything. That really kind of hits that. I do think it would be really funny if we had that more in media, where the vampires, instead of trying to be like sneaky or try and catch you out about, just come up and be like, okay, I'm a vampire. We're gonna do this. If you don't invite me in and let me eat you, I'm gonna just annoy you until you do it. And like, well, either it's like trying to trick them or just like playing loud music, just like basically bullying them into letting them inside, you know? I don't know. That'd be pretty good. They don't figure out how to be rich after 50 years. They might as well step into the sun. Hey, let me get a chance to see the new react from Chelsor. I don't think it's been posted yet, Robbie. It hasn't been posted yet. So I haven't been able to watch it. Once it posts, I will be able to. That will be a funny comedy. Annoying vampires. This is my new spec script. I'm gonna have to start like shopping this around to studios really quickly here.
No, Dracula? Yes. Your vampires? Yes, we have pamphlets. Vampires have missionaries? Where else would you vampires come from?
I mean, I assumed you bit people.
There are many hurtful stereotypes. Maybe come in?
It's nice that you get to die someday. Imagine being a...
That's an interesting prospect. Actually, I do like that. Just like them be like, hey, would you like to be a vampire? Okay. If it was a safe situation like that, and someone came up to the door and was like vampires are real, like, hey, would you like to be a vampire? I would say yes. I already avoid the sun like the plague. I already like darkness and that. I think bats are pretty cool. Immortality sounds like a neat time. I like enclosed spaces, so coffins wouldn't be a bother to me. I think I could do it. What would Dracula do? I don't know. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to me.
Suddenly you remember all the embarrassing things you did in the last
but no more garlic bread.
2,000 years.
You make a fine point there. Is there a garlic-free garlic bread that replicates the flavor? You wouldn't need to sleep anymore. No more sleep issues. I would give up garlic bread to have no sleep issues. I'm sad. I love garlic. Garlic is my favorite thing. I would give up garlic if I didn't have sleep issues. If I didn't have sleep issues, I could stay up all night with sweet frequency. Aw, but Lumi Cotton would die. And you wouldn't. What if I made her into a vampire? I'm pretty sure that Cotton would want to be a vampire too. I would accept. I'm pretty sure that Cotton would want to be a vampire too. I'm sorry, can become a vampire. I use garlic in quite a few things I cook. Valid. Or actually, since vampires don't have any blood, it doesn't mean that vampires have. The vampire guys have ED? Probably. Probably, maybe. Blood doesn't taste good though, and it seems a lot cleaner. I actually like the taste of blood. It tastes yummy. It's kind of sweet and irony. I like the taste of blood. It's tasty. Only if you're a daywalker, you can have a perfect life. There's a tree resin used in India that cooks taste similar to garlic, which could be used to make non-garlic bread. Ooh. Okay, I do like the taste of blood, so that's not a no for me. Cotton is pale as one, so I feel like Cotton would be first in line. I think Cotton would be ahead of me in line to become a vampire. Garlic doesn't really affect vampires. It just smells bad.
It's horrible.
Me as a vampire.
Repeatedly without the risk of health.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I just remembered the time in 1654 when the tavern maid said, "Enjoyeth thy meal," and I replied with "thee as well."
No!
Unboxing videos, but it's a werewolf filming her vampire wife groggily waking up from a coffin when the sun goes down.
Wife?
Now, what could be in this box?
Vampire, muffled voice. Your wife. It's the coffin.
Beautiful. Just what I always wanted.
The empty coffin on screen. Fast. Stop! I don't even have my makeup on.
What if vampires are like mosquitoes
Oh,
and
it's
only
so
ladies
cute.
drink blood?
Pretty sure that would mean the fellas drink tree sap or something. Imagine running from a vampire through the woods and passing her husband who's biting a tree real hard. Encounter. Maple syrup vampire has been drinking sap in the woods, also trying to lure you with his literally bloodthirsty wife.
Vampire.
Do you want something to rub all over you? Well, look no further, because I have a brand deal with Cheeky Soap, and you can get 10% off by using code STAR at checkout. This soap, it lathers better than any soap I've ever had, and unlike other fancy soaps, this one holds its shape. It doesn't immediately turn to mush as you're using it. This has the same firmness as a cheap bar soap, but has the same quality, delicious scent, and lovely body feel as a highly artisan soap you would get at the farmer's market. Also, if we sell enough soap, then they're gonna get me my own soap, so I can be right next to Giga and Iron Mouse. So please use code STAR at checkout and get 10% off.
I feel
God, I want the women to suck my blood too. Trust me, I want that. Cotton would be your sire. The vampire turns you to vampire. Oh, I love that. Actually, yeah, Canadian vampire. Cotton would be the one drinking your blood. I would be the one drinking your sap. 100%. Right? That would happen. No questions asked. Relationship goals? Oh my goodness. 100%.
there has been a misunderstanding.
Necromancer. Your ad clearly said undead power couple seeks necromancer for domination.
It was supposed to say world domination.
Oh!
Vampire King. Okay. Well, as long as they're all having fun.
Listen, you're already there. I mean, you can still like restructure the ad and find something else. And who knows, maybe after you bond through some bondage, you'll be ready to take over the planet. I'm just saying, like you gotta think long term. The short term fun might lead to some long term amazingness. You know. On the bright side, you're both women. I mean, at least you get to supply blood from each other's mouths for a certain time. Ooh, I know. You're right. Wait, what? A month? Oh. No. What? Spartan. I don't know why I said mouth, and I'm like, are we just like baby birding the blood back and forth? Because that's hot. I don't know if that actually helps us. But wow, yeah. I mean, like, listen, just have fun. Come on. Now I'm imagining two vampires hooking their teeth together and baby birding blood back and forth. Just like, like swashing it back, getting the most backwash possible. Do vampires get backwash? Can you get backwash through teeth fang sucking? Do you get backwash from sucking? These are important questions I'm not equipped to handle.
Kill people for their blood? You sleep at night. I don't. You look at yourself in the mirror.
Also, no.
Live with yourself. I'm not sure you get vampires. The sun doesn't actually hurt vampires. Vampires are just nocturnal. Same with weird dying. Some vampire was probably too afraid to admit that he was afraid of the light, so he made up a fake allergy to the sun. Word got out to mortals, so we just assumed that all vampires are allergic to the sun. You know how mortals like to stereotype and whatnot. But imagine pop sunny vampires instead of the vampire version of Goth, dark humans. Oh, you know Victoria Ann the Third.
God, she's hot.
She's totally pop. Her friends call her Susan. A support group.
Oh my god. Okay, I love these designs. So the designs they have for all the characters are just so beautiful. Like this vampire queen. Oh, she is stunning. Look at that outfit. Look.
Yeah,
oh my goodness. And then even like this, like, oh my goodness. This kind of like old-timey Britain kind of thing. So good. And then Susan. I love Susan too. There's just like, oh my god. This is just like the tetrary of how like different types of women being amazing. I like the lore of vampires from Irving Monster Girls. I haven't actually watched Monster Girls. I should do that too. I should watch that too. I love the one that's flared collar. The flared collar is really good. Does that count as a flared base? Can you shove her head up your ass? Oh, anyways. Is that... Anyways, inner thoughts, Lumi. Those are inside thoughts, Lumi. Inside thoughts, Lumi.
Totally pop. Her friends call her Susan.
I love
Susan.
Susan.
For vampires who were turned as children or adolescents. All of them dress like grandmas because they are as old as a grandma, maybe even 10 grandmas. They have a network system where they can call adult-looking vampires to help them get things, drive places, pretend to be parents so child-looking vampires can get into adult movies. Two vampire friends at the same chronological age, but one of them was turned at 11 and the other at 40. They pretend to be parent and child, but they're actually more like bickering elderly roommates. Bickery elderly roommates who are serial killers.
No, I have... Oh my goodness. I guess, like, yeah, no, you have to be really, like, you want to be turned at the right age. If you're, like, imagine getting turned and you're, like, 120. Like, you're the oldest living person on the planet. You get turned into a vampire. And you're like, now I've got internal suffering at this? What the fuck? Unless being a vampire does actually help you, like, be healthier. But still, like, you want to be turned in your mid-20s. Like, hi, Super Wells. You want to be turned at a good time period. If you're not, that just kind of adds to a lot of problems. And you don't really want that, You want it to be nice and fun. You want to be able to enjoy your immortality. That's what I always say. Oh, Catgirl ranking? We might have to do that later. Anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/LuminusRed and drop a follow. Come hang out. Until next time, my lovely last stars. Bye. I said that weird.